Okay, so this time it's another one from the collection. So I'm going to put it in. It's a brand I don't think I've done on the channel before. So here we have the pair of Saucony. So this is the 2017 Afew store times Saucony, or collab with Saucony, on the Shadow Master 5000. So I'll quickly show the sizing label. It's a US 11.5, so it's like half a size down, which is typically what I go to in most of my in my runners. Generally half a size. I'm usually a US 11.5 or a US 11, depending on it's Diodora or or Saucony, and then in Asics I go up. I either take true to size, which is US 12, or go up, but either way. Not really sure what these mean. Bright coral and grey, I guess. But yeah, Shadow 5000. And here's the box. It's a nice special edition box. So the name of the pair, I have been told, I've done my Googles, I've been told that it is pronounced Goethe. I've been calling it Goethe or Goethe in my head the entire time. I've had these for quite a few years. It's the 2017 shoe. When I say I got them in 2019, somewhere around there, I've been in my head, like when you read a novel, I've been mispronouncing the bad guy's name the entire time. I did a little bit of research before shooting this, and apparently it's called, his name is pronounced Goethe, and it's Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, who is a German poet, a playwright, a novelist, scientist, statesman, theatre director, and critic. So a busy dude. And I'm guessing this is, actually, I'll go into the detail. Afew store, in the typical way they do, they have a huge kind of write-up of the shoe, the collaboration, the bits and bobs that they've added in, and there's detail everywhere. If you don't have these, and you have a shoe that, you know, is a collab, and you feel like it's got a ton of detail in it, I'm guessing this either has the same or more, because there is a ton in here. So the only other thing I'll say about Goethe is that I've done a little bit of research on him. So born in 1749, died in 1832. So he lived a ripe old age for that time, for back then. So yeah, just to run through the shoe. So I'm just going to actually pop this open. You'll see some of the details before I kind of get onto them. But otherwise we will be here all day just staring at a box. I'm just going to take out some of the special bits and kind of like lay them down. So I'll just kind of get everything in shot to some degree. There you go, got a bit of everything there. So I'll just read off what Afew store has written up about what they were going through when they designed the shoe. It says, Goethe is one of the most respected poets, belongs to the circle of representatives of the world in literature, with over 5,000 pieces of art in the Goethe Museum in Dusseldorf, which is, I'll show a picture up here of said museum, and you'll see the striking resemblance to the colorway. Get onto that as well in a second. It's the largest exhibition in Dusseldorf today. So it says, our Saucony Master Shadow is inspired by this, is one of the greatest poets in history of poetry. And the colorway with its rose and grey pays homage to the building, 1763 building, and all the architecture that surrounds it. Like the awesome architecture, the materials made for a premium fit, the whole concept. Premium suede, so this suede down here is absolutely amazing. So I'm just kind of like make these pop a little bit more, maybe put one on the side. One on the side and one up. Where were we? Yeah, so the suede extends from the heel to the toe, and some elements, roughened leather, are perforated. In reference to his literature and world heritage, details of his masterpiece are precisely reminiscent. So the poet himself is represented on the tongue. So you can see this here. I'm actually just going to shift all of this crap out of the way so that you can just see the one shoe. I'll take the spare laces out as well. So you can see him on the shoe, and it has the Saucony and the Afew stuff on there. So the same silhouette, looks almost like Shakespeare. In terms of, I don't know, the style of, I guess, of the time. So the poet is perpetuated us on the tongue, represents itself on the paper cut patch. You'll find one of his famous poems on the heels. So here you can see his poetry at play on the heel of the shoe, and you can also see the Afew store sign on there. Exactly the same on the other side. You have his poems there, or one of his major poems. There's another poem on the insole. Yeah, you know, I said there was a lot of detail on here. There's more poetry on there, and you have a few, and then you have more poetry on the other side, and then it's a Saucony. Saucony does not mess around when they do a collab. They go in. So the finishing touch, and there's a third poem on an additional pair of laces in the style of poetry written to his with a feather. So you have two spare laces in here. I have the ropes in, the grey and white ropes, as you can see. That's what I have in. I just love the rope laces. You have a plain white, which I will probably put in at some point. And then you have these. I probably wouldn't wear them, but it's one of the dopest touches you could see on a pair of kicks. It's like you have poetry written down the lace. It's a little bit busy for my likings to actually wear, but in terms of like a piece of detail, super awesome. And yeah, and then just to round everything off, obviously the box is in that same color as we saw earlier, that pink. You can see the box paper also has poetry on there, as well as branding from both collaborators. You have a few bookmarks that have like a really old, like back in those days, kind of art piece on it. Both look the same, and they have the shoe on. What's it have? And then it has, again, some poetry on the other side. You have a booklet, which has a bunch of like stock pictures in there about the shoes, loads of real close-up details on the shoe. Kind of, you can basically step by step through everything on offer. It's all written up in here. Another part of that imagery. Some stuff on the man himself and the area. There you go. There's another image of the building I mentioned earlier. There's a ton, and they kind of keep yourself entertained for a little bit. And yeah, just like, I just wanted to do a bit of a mixture of brands and silhouettes for the channel, rather than, you know, just doing J's all the time or doing Asics all the time. But yeah, so that's kind of like, that's the pair really. Like, I'll just kind of run through the shoe, because I haven't actually spent much time at all on the shoe itself. But you have this perforated suede up here in the lighter grey, which is super, super premium. I mean, the entire shoe is very, very premium anyway. Middle grey with the darkest grey, which kind of matches this, all completely in suede. It's pretty much all in suede other than this white, which is the leather. And then on the other side, you have the holes in the middle of the Saucony logo, which is this one here. The holes have the pink on the way through. So yeah, and then you have the insole is actually like a, what is that? Almost like a satin finish to it. So yeah, that's the pair really. Super awesome. I tend to wear them a lot in the summer. Really good. To go like grey shorts is a one I would go for. I guess if you have a pair of shorts that are grey, or any of these greys, or even this colour here, it will go good. Obviously they go with jeans and other stuff. But yeah, that's the pair. Hope you enjoyed. Over and out.